Rob, thank you very much for the amazing presentation that we were a part of this morning. It's very interesting. Maybe for a little recap for others who weren't fortunate enough to be here today, how did you get involved with helping Ukraine? What was the sort of factor that made you say, this is what I have to do?
Well, for me, it was a combination of sort of generational trauma from my family having to deal with the Russian occupation after the Second World War, and having been in the British Army, patrolling the Berlin Wall, and, being ready to go to war in the Cold War. And, sort of in the late 80s, early 90s, we thought, yay, we won the Cold War. All of this horrific stuff is over. And suddenly, no, it's not over at all. It's back, and it's not only is it no longer the Cold War, it's a hot war. I mean, people are firing weapons and people are getting killed, and the massacres in Bucha and everything else. So for me to see all of this, it was sort of, I just could not do something. I had to help.
How many times have you been to Ukraine now?
3 times now. So I'm planning my 4th trip. It's not as bad as people think. There's loads of places in Ukraine where you can visit, and it's extremely safe. And I certainly wouldn't recommend going there as a tourist, but if you wanted to go and help, there's lots of things to be done that are absolutely safe.
The next question was that how does your family, your wife, feel about it? Did you have to convince them, or was it?
It was my enthusiasm for going to Ukraine was not shared, and it's understandable. I mean, I'm a soldier. I served for 34 years, so I understand the risk. What's dangerous, what's not dangerous. For civilians, your loved ones going off to Ukraine, and they have visions of, like going to Beirut with bombs and explosions and death and whatever, and they don't understand for a lot of parts of Ukraine it's perfectly safe. And so it was tough. It was tough on the family. So.
But you're going again.
I'm going again. So they need help. They really do. And also, I would strongly encourage anyone to go and help, even if you go for 2 weeks, because what they need to see is that there are Canadians who care about Ukraine. And it's not just, because they are feeling kind of abandoned and alone. So they need, it's really good when they see somebody from Canada showing up and saying, I care, I'm here, I want to help.
So more precisely, what type of assistance are you providing? What are some of the examples that you gave us today?
So lots of things that I used to do, like water purification tablets, sort of one-off projects. And now my main focus is on 2 projects, and one is providing food for refugees, because there's no money in the budget for food for refugees. So literally they have to scrounge their food. So we provide about 500 meal kits for families that will last them just under a week. And then the other one is therapy dogs. Therapy dogs are a fantastic St. John ambulance program in Canada. We want to take it to Ukraine because we think it'll make a huge impact on people's mental health. And those are my 2 main projects.
So, and what could an average Canadian, Estonian do, or any Canadian, to help?
Okay, so when I'm a first aid instructor, when I teach first aid, I say, what's the worst thing you can do in first aid? And the answer is nothing. And I would say the same thing about helping Ukraine. The worst thing you can do is nothing. Do something, anything. And if that means the only thing you do is you send a $20 donation every month to the Ukrainian-Canadian Congress, great. If it's, doing some big project or whatever, great. Just do what you can do. Don't try and end the war. Don't try and solve world hunger. Just do what you can do.
Right. So this is the first time in nearly 60 years that we've had a bilingual Metsaülikool. We've had English lectures, but this time we've invited spouses and friends of Estonia. And how do you feel? Do you feel welcome? Do you feel good here?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel very welcome. It's my Estonian is terrible, but I actually understand more Estonian than I thought. Like, I'm getting a lot of bits and bobs. But when we had the lecture last night, I was right over my head. But it is also encouraging for me, because I've been trying to learn Estonian and I feel like I'm bashing my head against a wall. But when I come to events like this, I'm like, no, it's coming along. My Estonian's better than I think it is.
Fantastic. And Yes. So, how did you get involved with Estonians in the first place? I understand, are of German descent,
I
and
am. So I got involved because I was very worried about Putin invading the Baltics. And so I thought, well, what can I do? Again, the worst thing you can do is nothing. So I said, well, what I can do is I can promote Estonian culture. And that's what I've been doing. We've had artist exchanges, we've had hosted musical acts at the Cotton Factory. We've sponsored the Hamilton Philharmonic to work with Estonian choirs. There's a whole slew of things I've done. I used to sponsor Estonian films in the Art Gallery of Hamilton Film Festival.
so it's a long-standing friendship relationship.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of the Estonians. They're my peeps, as my sister says. But it's funny, but Estonians and Scottish Canadians are very similar. We're thrifty, we're hardworking, we're stubborn. The Estonians are really my peeps.
So there's a lot of overlap.
Yes.
But thank you, Rob. Thank you for coming, and thank you for all your continued help and your inspiration. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Okay, thanks.